He mocked my grades. She said I'd fail the finals. But she didn't expect me to beat her. I'm 16. I go to a regular high school. I'm not popular. I'm not unpopular either. I'm just there. I've always been a good student. Not perfect, but good enough. Until this semester. My grades started slipping. I don't know why. Maybe I was distracted. Maybe I stopped caring. My lab partner Julia noticed. She'd ask if I was okay. I'd say yes. But I wasn't. I wanted to get better. I wanted to prove I could still do well. But I didn't tell anyone that. Especially not Brianna. Brianna was the kind of girl everyone noticed. Pretty, popular, smart, and she loved being number one. She wasn't mean to everyone. Just to people she thought were beneath her. People like me. I thought she didn't even know I existed. Until the day she decided to make me her personal joke. It started with a quiz. History class. I got my paper back. I glanced at the grade. C-. I felt my stomach drop. I tried to hide it. But Brianna walked past my desk. She looked down. Saw my score. Then she held up her paper. A+. She smiled. Then she said it. Loud enough for everyone to hear. A C-? Seriously? Some people were just born to fail. Her friends laughed. A few people looked at me. I felt my face burn. I shoved the paper into my bag. Tried to ignore it. But it didn't stop there. Someone took a picture. Posted it in the group chat. The caption said C- girl with crying emojis. My phone buzzed. Over and over. I didn't look. I already knew what it said. After that day everything changed. Brianna made it her mission to remind me I wasn't good enough. Every single day. She'd whisper C- girl when I walked by. She'd drop fake tutoring flyers on my desk. She'd tell the teacher I needed extra help. In front of everyone. She'd laugh when I answered questions in class. Even when I got them right. Her friends would join in. It became a game to them. And I was losing. The worst part. Nobody stopped her. Nobody defended me. Not even the teachers. They just looked uncomfortable and moved on. I started sitting in the back of every class. Stopped raising my hand. Stopped trying. What was the point? Then came the group study session. The high school finals were coming up. The biggest test of the year. I was in the library. Trying to study alone. Brianna and her friends came in. Sat at the table next to me. Kept my head down. Pretended I didn't notice. But she noticed me. She leaned over. Looked at my notes. Then she said it. Maybe you should drop out of the finals. It'll save you the embarrassment. She smiled. Her friends laughed. A few other students looked away. Nobody defended me. I grabbed my stuff. Left the library. Sat alone at lunch. Staring at my tray. Feeling small. Useless. Like maybe she was right. Maybe I should just give up. Stop trying. Stop hoping. But then something happened. Something that changed everything. I was walking to my locker after school. I heard a voice. Angry. Frustrated. It was Brianna. She was on her phone. Standing by the stairwell. I stopped. I didn't mean to eavesdrop. But I couldn't help it. She was yelling at someone. Her mom. I know, Mom. I know I have to get the top score again. I'm trying. But if I don't, you can forget the summer trip to Europe, okay? I get it. She hung up. Leaned against the wall. She looked stressed. Scared even. I'd never seen her like that. I realized something in that moment. Brianna wasn't confident. She was terrified. Terrified of losing. Terrified of being replaced. That's why she mocked me. That's why she put everyone else down. Because she needed to feel safe. And the only way she knew how was to make sure no one else was a threat. I walked away before she saw me. My mind was racing. I felt something I hadn't felt in weeks. Hope. But I needed more. I needed a plan. The next day Julia pulled me aside. She looked nervous. There's something you should know, she said. Brianna cheated once. Last semester. On a quiz. She had a cheat sheet hidden in her water bottle. A few people know. But no one reported her. I stared at her. Why are you telling me this? Julia shrugged. Because you deserve to know. She's not perfect. She just pretends to be. I thought about it all night. I could expose her. Tell everyone what she did. Ruin her reputation. But that felt too easy. Too cruel. I didn't want to be like her. I wanted something better. I wanted to beat her. Fair and square. I wanted to prove that hard work meant more than cheating. More than mocking. More than fear. So I made a decision. I was going to win the high school finals. And I was going to do it the right way. I started studying that night. Not just reading. Really studying. I went through my old notes. Found my weak spots. Made flashcards. Watched tutorial videos online. I stayed up late. Woke up early. I asked a senior for help. She agreed. We met in the library every day after school. She explained things I didn't understand. Gave me practice problems. Pushed me to do better. I started using the school library more. Found old finals papers. Practiced them over and over. Timed myself. Checked my answers. Fixed my mistakes. Julia joined me sometimes. He'd quiz me. Encourage me. Tell me I could do this. And slowly I started believing her. I stopped sitting in the back of class. I started raising my hand again. Answering questions. Getting them right. Teachers started noticing. They'd praise me, say I was improving. It felt good, really good. And Brianna noticed too. She'd stare at me in class, confused, annoyed. She'd whisper to her friends, point at me. I could tell she was nervous. One day after class she walked up to me. What are you trying to do? She asked. Impress someone? I looked at her. Confident. Just trying to do better, I said. And I walked away. I could feel her watching me, but I didn't care anymore. The night before the finals I was in my room, going over my notes one last time. My phone buzzed. A message from Brianna. Good luck tomorrow. You'll need it. With a winking emoji. I stared at it for a second. Then I put my phone down. Ignored it. She was trying to get in my head. But I wasn't going to let her. I was ready. The morning of the finals I woke up early. Ate breakfast. Reviewed my notes one last time. I felt nervous. But also calm. I'd done the work. I was ready. I walked into the exam room. Found my seat. Brianna was already there. She glanced at me. Smirked. Like she'd already won. I ignored her. Focused on the test in front of me. The teacher handed out the papers. You have 2 hours, she said. Begin. I opened the test. Started reading. The questions were hard. But not impossible. I'd seen most of them before. In my practice papers. I took my time. Read each question carefully. Wrote out my answers. Checked my work. I could hear pencils scratching all around me. Students shifting in their seats. Erasing. I glanced at Brianna. She was writing fast. But her hand was shaking. He kept looking around. Like she was afraid. Afraid of losing. 2 hours passed. The teacher called time. Pencils down. Pass your papers forward. I handed mine in. Walked out of the room. My heart was pounding. I'd done everything I could. Now I just had to wait. Brianna walked past me in the hallway. She stopped. Turned around. Don't get excited, she said. I know you didn't beat me. I smiled. Confident. We'll see, I said. And I walked away. 3 days later the results came in. The teacher called us to the front of the class. She was holding the score sheets. Everyone went quiet. Waiting. I want to congratulate everyone who took the finals, she said. You all worked very hard. But there's one student who achieved the highest score in the entire grade. My heart stopped. The room was silent. The teacher smiled. Congratulations. The highest score goes to me. He said my name. The class gasped. Students turned to look at me. Eyes wide. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. The teacher continued. And the second highest score goes to Brianna. Silence. Complete silence. Brianna froze. Her face went pale. She stared at the teacher. Then at me. Like she couldn't believe it. Students started whispering. She beat Brianna? No way. C- girl who? Brianna stood up. Grabbed her bag. Walked out of the room. She didn't look at anyone. She just left. A few of her friends followed her. But most people stayed. Staring at me. Some smiled. Some nodded. Julia ran over. Hugged me. You did it, she said. I knew you could. I felt tears in my eyes. But I wasn't sad. I was proud. I'd done it. I'd actually done it. Later that day I saw Brianna in the hallway. She was alone. Sitting on a bench. Staring at her phone. I walked over. She looked up. Her eyes were red. Congrats, she said quietly. I guess you deserved it. I nodded. I could have said something mean. Something petty. But I didn't. I didn't beat you to humiliate you, I said. I beat you because I wanted to believe in myself. She looked away. Didn't say anything. And I walked away. Not angry. Not cruel. Just done being small. After that everything changed. Teachers respected me more. Students saw me differently. Julia and I became closer. I gained confidence. Not just in school, but in myself. I proved that hard work mattered. That I didn't need to tear others down to lift myself up. That I was enough. Brianna stopped mocking me. Stopped mocking everyone actually. Maybe she learned something too. Maybe she didn't. But that wasn't my problem anymore. A few weeks later Brianna came up to me after class. She looked nervous. Hey, she said. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. For everything. I was scared. And I took it out on you. That wasn't fair. I looked at her. Surprised. Thanks, I said. I appreciate that. She nodded. And walked away. I didn't forgive her right away. But I understood her. And that was enough. He mocked my grades. Called me a failure. Said I'd never beat her. But in the end my hard work spoke louder than her words. And I learned something important. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be popular. You just need to believe in yourself. And never give up. Even when everyone tells you to. Have you ever been mocked for your grades? Or had someone tell you that you weren't good enough? Tell me your story in the comments. And if you want me to write another high school revenge story, let me know what kind you'd like to see. I'll see you in the next one.